purposely put this here so everybody could see it.
We are in Heart Butte, Montana on the Blackfeet Indian Reservation and standing in front of one of the murals that me and Louis Still Smoking did for the Heart Butte School. We're at the Heart Butte schools.
My name's Louis Still Smoking. I'm from the Blackfeet Nation. So this mural is part of the immersion class at the Heart Butte School, and I worked on it with John Pepion. It's very unique how he draws these lines, and I love that about his work, and I think it ties in good with my work because my work's kind of graphic, and it's like sometimes it's lines, sometimes it's blocks of color, and sometimes it's tonal values, but it kind of really blends together nicely. So they're very complementary. Yeah, I'm glad that we collaborate because it allows us to be creative and just we have similar tastes, I think. Napi, he's like a teacher. He provides a lesson so the story would be attributed to a certain animal. The stories that they're learning, they'll see the animal and they'll see Napi, but each story has a specific moral to it. The ability to create that for the children, and they get that sense of the visual representation, rather than reading it, it's on the wall, they can see it, along with what they're actually reading, and the Blackfeet words, the language that's also being incorporated into that. And that's kind of our primary goal. We want to visualize the culture, well, our culture specifically, because it's who we are, where we come from, and we want to show people that the culture itself can be visualized, and it's kind of our job to present that in a way that's appealing to the eye, but you're also learning something through that experience. My work is mainly figurative. It would be considered realistic impressionism, but it's done in a way where it seems like it's realistic, but it's actually an impression of what you're actually seeing. Mine's almost graphic in nature. The lines, the brush strokes, it's very impasto. I usually paint historical references of the Blackfeet people because they were photographed a lot. I try to bring those black and white images into the forefront with color, and I try to bring that person and their personality to now. So it's kind of a contemporary reference to how it was captured then, which was a historical reference, and I try to add more life to that image. I try to bring them to the foreground, and I put some of our cultural references into that, whether it be graphic or incorporating specific sites in this area. So I think for the young artists, they see the work, and I think when we use cultural references to the work itself, I think it sparks that interest in the culture. So I think it directly, ties into the youth, and it's exposing them to the culture, but they can see it, and it's visualizing what it could be. It's who they are and where they come from. So I think that's very important, and I think that's a value we need more of. Improving your ability as an artist is important, but it's also important to mentor and help the youth realize, if they have a talent, where that can go. So I think they see your accomplishments, and I think that's good because then you represent your work in a positive way, and you're also giving back to the community. I have to do it. It's like who I am. It's part of me. And creating, whether it's imagery, a physical object, it's something that I have to do. It's something in my mind where I have to create something. It's just part of who I am.
Lewis was inspired to art by other talented family members and started drawing and painting at a young age.